We're now holding in the pre-Pesach season, the month of Adar. There were Arba parshas, which really are a preparation for the time that we're in. We start out with parshas Shkolim. Parshas Shkolim is the counting of the Maxis HaShekel for the Korbanos. The Maxis HaShekel represents the concept of the unity of the Jewish people. When you count them, you don't count them one at a time, you count them half. A half and a half equals a whole. We count the entirety of the Jewish people when we're counting the individual members. It's the unity of Jewish people. That's the preface to Parshas Zachor. Parshas Zachor is the destruction of evil, destruction of Amalek, Mechias Amalek. The second step. After we have unity, we go to destroy the evil. The next step is Parshas Para. Parshas Para is not just the destruction of evil, it's the Tahara, which has to come after the destruction of evil. For sure, the simple pshat in Parshas Para is that we need to be Torah to offer the Korban Pesach, but the Meforshim explain that the Para Duma is a tikkun for the Chet HaEgel. The Chet HaEgel ultimately came as a repeat performance of the Chet of Adam Rishon, which was the introduction of Nisan into this world, when he went after essentially the Yetzer Hara. Para is a way of cleansing us from the Yetzer Hara, cleansing us from the tumah that comes from the Yetzer Hara, from the Ra. So we have the destruction of Ra, and then we have the Tahara. The final of the Arba Parshios is Achodesh Hazeh Lechem. That is the beginning of the process which leads up to Pesach. Achodesh Hazeh Lechem, this is your Chodesh. This Chodesh is for you. The Umos HaOlam, they measure themselves by the sun. Klal Yisrael measures themselves by the Chodesh. The sun is static. It gives off energy, but it's static. The Chodesh, the moon, grows. Klal Yisrael grows. It's the Makabel, it's the one who receives the Torah, receives the divine, and grows and prospers. It starts out small, and then it grows to a full moon. Achodesh Hazeh Lechem doesn't just mean that we measure ourselves by the moon. It really is indicative of an entire new reality. Yochel mi Rosh Chodesh. The Haggadah says that you could really read the Haggadah on Rosh Chodesh, and then we say no. Bezman shematza mora munachim lefanecha. We don't do it on Rosh Chodesh. We do it at the time we're eating our matzah and our maror. But really, Rosh Chodesh Nisan is the beginning of the Geula, the process of Geula, and it's reflected by Chodesh, Chidush. Two aspects. One is that we're no longer subject to Zman. Time has been put in our hands. We are the ones of Koveya. We are the ones who establish when the beginning of the new month. As it were, Achodesh Hazeh Lechem, you control Zman, you control time. You're above time, you're a partner of mine to determine time in this world. But now you're also going to live by the process of the Chodesh. You're going to, Achodesh Hazeh Lechem, you're going to now live in a world of Chidush, of renewal, of growth, of Ruchnius, of coming close to Rabbanu Shalom, of doing His Ratzon, living in a different reality. You know, on Pesach we say, a person has to look at himself like he's leaving Mitzrayim. How are we supposed to look at ourselves like we're leaving Mitzrayim, that we're leaving Egypt? So, one explanation would be as follows. Mitzrayim, Egypt in Hebrew is Lashon Meitzar. It's the word Meitzar. Meitzar means the borders. Mitzrayim, Egypt was the place of the borders. It was the place of boundaries. It was Olam Hazeh, it was this world par excellence. We have to leave this world. We have to leave Mitzrayim. The process of Yetzias Mitzrayim is exodus from Mitzrayim, from the boundaries, to go above the boundaries. The Egyptians did not have any concept of Chodesh, says the Malbim. They didn't measure months, they measured the years. The Chodesh Hazeh Lechem, you are now part of the process of Chiddush, of a new reality. A reality which is based on spirituality, of coming close to Rabbanu Shalom, a different process in this world than the Umos HaOlam. And this, my dear friends, is starting right now. Right now, with the Chodesh Zelachem, building up to Pesach, the 2 weeks before Pesach, the time to clean our homes. Why do we clean our homes? Well, we have to get rid of the chametz. But we have to also get rid of the chametz shebelev. We have to get rid of the chametz, the leavening which has clogged up our spiritual arteries. The cleansing of it's the bir ra, it's getting rid of the ra, the evil which is in our midst, and getting it out of our homes, and being able to now reunite with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. He's going to take us out of Mitzrayim. But it starts with a Chodesh Zelachem. It starts with the process of realizing that the simple world, the simple natural world that we live in, it's there. But we can be above it. We can be in a different reality. We can be in a reality where Kadosh Baruch Hu is, and his spiritual essence is what we function with. This is our challenge. Eating the matzah on Pesach. Eating the matzah on Pesach, for sure, it's a huge mitzvah. But it's an opportunity to go outside and go above. It's an opportunity to free ourselves. Freedom doesn't just mean freedom in a physical sense. Freedom means freedom from the Yetzer Hara, freedom from the confines of Mitzrayim. This is our challenge. I hope and I wish you all Chag Kosher v'Sameach. This should be the beginning of our Geula, the Geula Asida, which we're all waiting for. We're going to go to Mitzrayim once again this year with the eating of the matzahs, and it should be a siman, Be'ezras Hashem, for the Geula Asida, B'mheira v'yameinu. Amen.